Hi, welcome to Learning Monkey. I am Vikram. In this class, we'll try to understand pointers as function arguments. The concepts, the basics of pointers, the discussion about pointer variables has already been done in our previous videos. If you haven't watched those videos, please watch those videos and come back here. Because the basic understanding of pointer variables is very important for you to understand what we are going to discuss in this class. And every video in our channel is going to be a part of entire course or a playlist. Our suggestion is to follow the entire course so that you can have better understanding of the concepts. And the link for the playlist is provided in the description below. Now, so far we have seen what is meant by a pointer and what is meant by a pointer variable, and how those pointer variables can be declared and initialized. All these concepts has been covered, but we haven't discussed what is the use of a pointer. There are lots of uses there are lots of uses of pointers, and one among this is using the pointers as the function arguments. So with that, how we are going to get benefited by using the pointers as the function arguments, we will try to understand that concept by using this example. So this programming example, this program is used to swap the variables, swap the elements. Swapping the elements means the value of, for example, if you take two variables x and y. Okay, for example, if we take the values of x and y as 10 and 20, let's assume that these are the values of x and y. After executing this program, the value of x should be 20 and the value of y should be 10. So this is what we call it as swapping. Let's try to understand it by this program without using the pointers, and the same program will try to understand it by using pointers. What is the benefit that we are going to get, that we will try to understand. Here swap function has been declared, and this is the main function, two variables i and j, and hope that you know the logic behind the swapping. Hoping that you know the logic behind the swapping, we are explaining this. So we have created a function called swap. This should be below it, but for convenience we have made it on side by side. Swap I comma j. So the value of I is 10 and the value of j is 20. This function call is made. Now the value of x is 10 and the value of y is 20. Now what is the objective of this program is to shift the values of I and j. So here the values of I and j should be swapped. In our program, the values of I and j should be swapped, and we are trying to print the value of I and j. So after swapping function, we are trying to print the value of I and j. So let's see what happens. So here the value of x is 10 and the value of y is 10. Temp is equal to x. So we are taking a temporary variable, and this is the local variable to this function, and temp is equal to x means the value of temp is equal to, now the value of temp is equal to 10, value of x is 10, x is equal to y means now the value of x is equal to 20, x is equal to y means y value is 20, so the value of x is equal to 20. Now y is equal to temp. What is the value stored in temp? Now the value of y is temp. We are returning this function. So what are the values of x and y now? The values of initially when the function is called, the value of x is 10 and the value of y is 10. After executing this function, the value of x is 20 and the value of y is 10. We are swapping x and y, but we want our program to execute to swap the values of I and j. If we need any such kind of requirements, if a separate function has to be created and using that function we would like to swap the values of I and j, so the program like this, it is not possible to swap, because here we are passing the values of I and j. We are passing the values of I and j and using those, and those values are initialized to another variables called x and y. So we are breaking the connection between this main function call and the function, because the values of y and j has been assigned to x and y. Now we are going to use these values of x and y and we are going to do the swapping. The swapping of x and y can be done, but the I and j cannot be swapped if we pass the values by if we pass the arguments as values. Okay, here we are passing the values we are passing the values, and this is how the swapping. For example, if we use this printf statements here, then it's okay, but the swapping has to be done for I and j. Okay, so now by using the pointers, let's understand how how it is going to be beneficial. Okay, so let's try to understand the same program. We are going to create it by using pointers. Okay, and we'll try to understand this by using our visualization. Okay, so now same program, swap int star x. This is a pointer. X is a pointer. X is a pointer, which is pointer variable, which is capable of storing address. Okay, and y is also a pointer. Y is also a pointer. Swap function, this is the swap function, and the return value is int. Main function int I comma j. The value of I is 10 and j is 20. But in the previous example, we have swapped the arguments that are used. The arguments that are used are values. But here in our program, the values that are used, the arguments that are used are references, memory addresses. Okay, let's try to understand this. References, we are trying to send the addresses of I and j. So what we will do is, we will try to create step-by-step process. We will try to visualize the things step by step. Int I is equal to 10 and j is equal to 20. Okay, with this a memory location. So this concept of visualization has already been discussed. I has been created and the value of I is 20. Next, the j has been created, variable j, and the value of j is 20. Okay, so now swap of ampersand I and ampersand j. For example, this address of I is assume that it is 2000 and the address of j is 3000. Let's assume randomly the variables will be allocated on the memory. So based upon that, let's assume that a 2000 memory location has been allocated for I, and for j 3000 has been allocated. So these addresses value will be passed as the function arguments. Pass by reference. We are passing the reference. Reference means addresses. So what values will be passed here? The value of x is equal to 2000. This is address operator. So I am suggesting the point again and again because for better understanding. So 2000 will be passed and 3000 will be passed as the reference. So what happened is, here, see here, int star x means this is a pointer. Int star x, pointer declaration. With the int star x, a pointer has been created, but by passing it, the value of I has been passed. The address value of I has been passed as 2000. So now this x is pointing to 2000. Int star y. Int star y means another pointer called y has been created and it is pointing to memory location 3000. So understand this point. Here we are referencing, the values are passed as references. Okay, so now temp is equal to temp, temp variable has been created. Okay, now we have created a variable called temp and assume that the location is 4000. Okay, so now temp is equal to star of x. Star of x, indirection operator. Star of x means the value stored in that reference, the value stored in the address location which this pointer is pointing to. This we have discussed. So the value of star of x is 10. What is the value stored in the memory location which the x is pointing to? It is 10. So the 10 is equal to temp, means the temp is stored with value 10. Star of x is equal to star of y. What is star of y? Star of y is 20. So this x value will be overwritten with 20. Try to understand this star of x and star of y. Okay, so now y is equal to temp. Y is equal to temp means what is the value stored in star of y is equal to temp. This is equal to 10. See here, the value of I and j, initially they are 10 and 20 in the main, but after executing the function, by passing the arguments as pointers, by passing the arguments of the function as pointers, that is the use of pointers. Okay, so we are passing the values as a reference, pass by reference. The values, the addresses are passed. Okay, with that, after executing this function, what are the values stored in I and j? The values stored in what are the values stored in I and j? It is 20 and 10. See here, the swapping of I and j has been done. So by executing this printf, the value of I, it is going to print as 20, and this is going to print as 10. Okay, let's try to execute the same two programs, one by pass by value and the other one is by using pointers. Let's execute both the programs on our compiler and see whether the swapping of I and j is done or not. This is our pass by value function, and here just for better visibility we have taken this. Okay, next let's compile this. No warnings and no errors. Execute this. Okay, see here. Compile this program. Now execute this. Here the value of I is 10 and the value of j is 20. This is our first program, pass by value, but by using the pointers. But let's see the same program by using pointers. Here ampersand a and ampersand j, pass by reference. Here we are passing the values by addresses. Let's compile this program and execute it. Let's compile this same program and execute it. Okay. Int, the value of I is equal to 20 and the value of j is equal to 10. So this is how the swapping can be done. This is how the pointers can be used as arguments, and the benefit that we are going to. Hope you got the clarity on this concept. Thanks for watching. If you haven't subscribed to our channel, please subscribe to our channel and press bell icon for the latest updates. And if you have any doubts regarding this concept, please post your doubt in the comment section below. And if you feel that this video is helpful to you, please give us a like symbol and please share this video with your friends so that they will also get benefited. Thanks for watching.